And welcome back, everyone. So, before the break, we were about to enter a combat, maybe perhaps perchance?
Yeah, so they can't see it. It's invisible.
Whoever's out there does not know that a wall of force is up. That is very, very true.
And we're doing a stellar job of pretending to still be packing up.
Shaking.
As the tiny hut comes down, what are you all doing?
Laughing at the coffee pot, saying that it's time for your morning coffee.
I'm afraid to say, I think Hal is sort of going, definitely not getting into the whole acting vibe.
I forgot that it did that. Should I cancel it?
Maybe for the best.
As you say this, above you, there is no sound when suddenly something impacts the top of the dome extremely hard.
Oh god. Oh god.
And
it's fine.
You can just see a giant spider scrabbling at the dome, trying to break in. We're not talking like Shelob size, we're talking sort of like horse-sized.
Okay. Everyone ready?
A horse-sized spider is still too much spider.
Yeah.
I'm going to bring it down. We all good?
Yes.
Yep.
As you start doing this, another spider comes tearing down from the top of the ravine.
Okay.
Oh, we could just stay in here.
No.
Maybe we let them all come so we see how many there are. Give it another 10 seconds.
Okay.
Good call.
As you do this and wait, nothing happens. The two spiders are scrabbling furiously, trying to get inside, but otherwise nothing is happening.
All right.
Okay.
Is everyone ready?
Are we readying actions?
I was going to say, can we ready some actions?
Yeah.
Do it like?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, I am going to ready a guiding bolt. Oh, actually, no, wait, what am I talking about? Sorry, I've got a completely different spell that I wanted.
Okay.
Spiritual Guardians.
Okay, that's fine.
Can I ask?
Yes.
Wall of Force.
Wall of Spider's Force.
Wall of Force. Spells can't be cast through it, can they?
Cannot, no. It's impermeable.
No worries.
But I'm telling you exactly when it's coming down, so you can prepare something to cast at that moment.
Can it stay up for a minute?
What?
So I can look at it.
Give it a little look-see and
give it
be
a little, like,
maybe I know some weaknesses.
Maybe I know this enemy.
Long time.
I mean, it lasts for a minute.
There you go.
There we go.
Went to the drop.
Yeah.
Then.
There's no weight in here.
What
A minute's not that long when you're underneath the
10
giant
rounds.
spider.
Okay. I know. Yes.
What do we think? AC? Hitch points?
Hitch points.
Con score?
You can't do what's the opposite of vulnerabilities?
Resistances.
Thank you. You can't do resistances, can you?
No.
Okay.
I can find out if it has any fighter class levels. I don't think it will do though.
No.
What is
This
maybe like a
spider.
good AoE that somebody's going to use, and then we can see whether or not if you can figure out his dex or con or whatever, then it might be a good way to check if it's a good use of that spell.
Yeah, if we know that it's not Dexy, then I'll use different things. So
I'd imagine there's a spider.
Let's go Dex then. I think that's the most useful for Shabara.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. I will investigate its dex.
Okay.
Cool.
So, Ed, I guess you're readying Spiritual Guardians to be cast as the Wall of Force drops, so in 55 seconds.
Yes.
Okay. Anyone else prepping anything that will be cast as the wall is dropped, just so I have a good sense?
I'm going to try what is canonically known when Corey casts it, Mind Silver.
Yeah. Good call.
I'll go for Toledad.
Okay. So that's all that. Nart, what spell are you casting?
I will cast Sneak Attack with my 5th level dagger.
Good spell.
Fantastic. And now I'm guessing that you will find out from Know Your Enemy and then hold an action?
Yeah, I mean, all of my stuff is either I react to the thing or I can hold an action to attack it.
Yeah,
It's all much of a muchness. I will do a thing.
In which case, can we all roll initiative, please? Because that will determine the order, and then there'll be a surprise. It's technically not a surprise round, it's held actions, but...
Why now?
What did you get?
Really upset
A natural
about
20.
spiders.
Completely unhelpful.
which turns into a 19 for Hal.
Yes. I am deeply slow.
14.
14.
12 for Thomas.
12.
A 9.
9.
I think I might be going first with a 29.
I get a natural 20, but it just doesn't cut the mustard.
Ooh. I will assume for the benefit of everyone and this whole setup that you are basically holding actions, and then when the wall of force comes down and the spiders boil forward, like just go forward as fast as they can, the moment that they get into range, you will all drop the hammer.
Yes.
I mean,
That's the plan.
as soon as the wall of force goes down, it'll be in range for me and for Corey because they're ranged spell.
Right, then in which case, as the wall comes down, because you can't hold movement, as the wall comes down, Corey and Shivarith and Hal can all cast their spells, activate.
Can we have had a discussion about, I'm going for that one, you go for that one, and blah, 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 blah.
If you want to, sure.
Yeah.
You want to have that discussion now?
Yeah. I'll go for the one on the left.
My ghost will destroy all.
Okay. How far away is the one coming down the corridor?
They are now both, because you waited a minute, they are both
Right
within
there.
5 feet
Right,
of each
okay.
other.
I'll go for the one that Corey's not going for then, just to spread out the damage a little bit.
You're right there now.
My ghost will destroy all.
That's so good.
love that. So I'll
good.
go for the left one. I will destroy it.
Not I, just the ghosts.
Just the ghost.
They don't get
Said
the
the
dark.
life cleric.
Yes.
Cool. Then in which case, can I have, what do I need to roll for resisting Mind Sliver and Toll the Dead?
Don't you mean mine silver?
Sorry, Mind Silver, yes, my bad.
Thank you. That is, it's an intelligence saving throw.
Oh, they're so smart. Oh, they are the smartest
they?
little spiders.
No.
Are they? Oh.
No.
Didn't actually get their
I'm-
dex score.
Oh, sorry, their next one's a 16.
That was quite good.
Not bad.
Ali is upset about this. You're right,
As would I be.
what's up? Okay, so...
Not a 16!
Yeah, that legit looked like he just whispered in your ear. Like,
right.
a real mastermind behind
Hannah,
this.
enjoy
Yes.
this. I rolled a 19 on the intelligence saving throw to not be mind silvered, but there's a -4, which makes it a 15.
Nailed it.
They are not intelligent, they are beasts.
No, it does not succeed.
That's sweet damage.
Sweet damage, and this is psychic damage, and also you have to subtract a d4 from its next saving throw.
Brill, I will absolutely do that. It'll be from the
Useful.
ghosts. Yeah. All right. Well,
It's 11 points of psychic damage, but also the minus d4, which will help. So only 11.
the spiders can shriek, and it does. As you, as it sort of, it can't hold its head. It has no concept of that. As it sort of shrinks back, a bit like a wounded animal, and it looks like that was actually quite a surprisingly chunky hit for it.
I love the idea of like a spider just rubbing its head like, oh, got
That hurt.
terrible
Oh,
headache.
that was a tough one.
Oh, that was really ow.
Oh.
What after off top of it?
Wisdom.
Okay, that's a flat roll. That's easier.
I was going to say, take the minus to that, surely.
No, two different.
The other one.
That was a 3.
No.
Homage, please.
Even if they save, they take half damage on my cantrips now, though, because I am an evoker. It's 8 points of damage.
Again, the spider. Again, they can't really show like psychic pain, but there is this sort of like a slightly wounded animal, kind of like shuffling back a little bit, not very pleased with this as it takes the damage. Any other effects on top of the death? Just damage, isn't it? Hang on, 8 damage. Did you roll 2d12?
It's 3d8 because it's not taking damage yet. I should have gone for the same one, really.
No.
Then it would have been 3d12. Never mind.
Cool. And as this happens, Hal, summon the Pac-Men. Well,
Yeah, that's
what do I need to roll?
Wisdom.
And with disadvantage for one of the... No, the -4, what was it?
Yeah, minus d4.
Minus a d4. Okay. Okay. One rolled a 14 and one rolled a 2.
Nope, fails on both. They're 17 to need.
Right, give me that damage.
Okay.
Roll that damage.
14. 14.
14.
Yes.
diggity. They are both looking somewhat shell-shocked. Like, they've both taken big psychic hits, which is weird for them, and now there's radiant ghosts floating around them, and this whole, like, we'll catch them by surprise is completely gone. And these two spiders are just standing in the midst of all of you looking perplexed and kind of like wounded animals and this didn't go like we planned at all, as much as they can, because they are mindless beasts. Good, right. At which point they have run into combat, because they're not going to not run in. Nelmlin and Thomas, do you also want to strike out at the two of them as they run in?
Yeah.
Go for it.
Do it.
Are you going for different ones?
Well, one is
I feel like
above falling down, right?
They're both now just moving in because they scrabbled around the edge of it wildly for quite some time.
For a minute.
I feel like we would have probably agreed to hit one each.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
So
Just like a nice in sync, just like.
Yes.
Cool. Thomas goes for one, Nolan goes for the other.
That is a 24 to hit.
A what?
A 24 to hit.
Well, that absolutely hits, yes.
Nice.
I believe I have advantage because they haven't had a turn in combat yet.
Yeah, and technically it counts as a surprise round.
Ew.
Oh, so this is a crit hit.
Yeah.
Oh, poo. Well. Look at my name. That's 12d6, my friend.
Wow.
12d6. Oh, I love this game.
Have you added on the poison damage?
Not yet.
Cool. It's a crit. You get to re-roll you get double the poison damage as well, so it's 12d6 plus 4d6 of poison damage.
Oh
Dear
my crikey.
God. This poor spider.
And just killed it.
Corey said Nolan was dangerous in a good way. I think this is exactly.
I kill it. I kill it. I kill it.
When things
I
don't
kill it
know
with
you're
my
coming.
I kill it with my dagger.
I think it'd be difficult to not.
So this is the first 6.
The rogue maths music as well now.
Do, 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 do.
I'm sure that's copyright.
Do, do, do.
Surely it's just, I was going to say, it's such a skeletal performance. Lovely as it is.
Oh, what, we're doing the inverse. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do.
Shall I do mine while Nala's counting?
Yeah.
Okay. So
Are you doing this
that's
physically now?
that's
Yeah.
12 points of regular damage
Clonk.
plus 6 points of fire. Dragon fire.
As you stab out it with your new dragon-infused short sword, you just stab it. Where do you want to stab it to annihilate it? Because it's done.
Oh, amazing.
It's done. It's finished.
Well, right in the mandibles.
Gross. Cool. You stab straight through the mandibles into the head and it just collapses to the ground and just
Goes like through
it froths
mandible
slightly.
up and out.
Yeah, it froths.
Oh.
It's 68 points of damage.
Are you
That's a lot.
Now, you are welcome to describe this any which way you want, because this spider is very dead.
I think like she like looks at Thomas and is like, we planned this, and then turns and like barely moves, just throws the dagger straight into its head as it drops.
Oh wow!
Oh crikey.
Like just not even flashy, just
Yeah.
and then walks over to it and pulls it out and is like, I think the poison damage is working on the spider.
The wound sort of seeps awfully, like yeah. So yes, both of these spiders drop, and drop they do, like a wholehearted, like down. You've annihilated these two completely. From these 3 corridors, there is no movement.
Uh-oh.
There is definitely something. Well, I thought last night I saw a white face.
Do we want to just run and see if we can outrun them?
You're still in initiative. I'm going to say.
Face, like,
Yeah. I was going to say, can I question my thigh bone?
Please do.
Hello.
Help me now. Is there any direction that you can feel where the vampires are?
I'm sorry, it doesn't work like that. It's more of a vibe.
Apparently, there is a definite vibe of vampire.
Oh, good. Just what we like to hear.
Right.
I don't
Feel
know
the
what.
vibe, bro. The vampire vibe, bro.
Is that what Nevlin's doing?
Yeah.
If you
No,
look
everyone's
around,
like, I'm with you. Like, there's definitely something there.
if you look around, it's dark and it's quiet, and like this sort of momentary combat is over, and it looks like there's nothing else. Like, you all have a vibe that something is off, but you don't know what it is.
Shavaris, can you cast the light spell on the stone, please?
They'll be able to see us.
They
pretty
can
sure
really
they can
stand. Pretty sure they is.
Sure, I'll pick up a stone off the floor.
Sure, that's fine.
I could cast it on your forehead if you'd prefer.
No, the stone is fine, thank you. Nolan's going to take the stone, hand it to Thomas, like, Thomas, can you lob that over there? And she's going to point to one of the tunnels where she saw movement.
Sure.
All right. Athletics? Or can I just lob it?
Athletics check. Let's see how well you love it.
Athletics check.
Rolling a one
Always
right
go
now.
well for Thomas.
Am I helping by
No.
being like,
Definitely
Yeah.
something they had to do this.
Am I
don't want to tell
helping?
you something
No.
that you already do, but if you throw it upwards, it arcs.
It's fine. It's fine. It's a 13.
It's more than enough, it's fine. You chuck the stone into one of these cracks in the stone archways, and it flies through, flies into the opening, and you see about 5 faces. These creatures, they have no hair, their skin is pale white, eyes milky white and a bit too large for their faces. There's strange tufts of almost like fur in various places, but these things look inhuman. And as they open their mouths and screech at this stone flying in between the midst of them and literally shying away from it with a sort of horrible kind of thing, you can see the massive vampiric fangs on them as they do this.
Oh boy.
I think we should run.
Are they,
We can defeat them.
In what world?
As this happens, clearly the element of surprise completely lost. Out of all 3 of these tunnels, a lot of these creatures, there's 5 in each tunnel for the time being, so 15 of them just come, and they move weirdly. There is a kind of animalistic quality to them in their pouncing and movement. They're all clearly humanoid. They also move in that...
Anna, where have you gone?
I'm very unhappy about this development.
They
Physical
also,
manifestation.
they also do that horror movie thing of moving slightly too fast
No.
Yeah.
in an almost unnerving way.
No.
Not good.
Yeah, as they more than almost like you blink and like a frame's been missed, but there's suddenly a bit closer.
Don't we all know? Don't blink.
FPS.
Stare at the angels. We all know this.
Yeah.
And they are all moving towards you very, very quickly. I will say that this crevasse we've described as being quite wide. It's not like 50 feet wide, so they will be on you in a round. But that means you have a round to decide what you want to do before they will all arrive. I remind you, in a crevasse, it's at a downward angle. It's up
And
to
they're
you
coming
what
up.
you do.
So
Are they
we
coming
should-
up?
They're coming out the side. They're coming.
Oh, fine.
If this is the crevasse and you're here, they're coming across there.
Are you
so we
suggesting
should-
we roll?
You can do whatever you like. I'm
Allez.
just telling you. Sorry, what was that?
Allons-y.
Yes, no, I would suggest. I didn't realize there were that many of them. I thought if there was 1 or 2, but this is
You
intimidating.
all have movement, action, bonus action, and we can get into initiative. We can be back in initiative if you want. It's however you want to roll this, basically. Luckily, in initiative turns, they go after you, so all of you get turn and action before they.
If any of them, so this is out of character. If any of them come towards us, they're going to get ghost munched, but that's not going to hold them back for too long.
Yes, if they arrive, they will all pass into the aura. It looks like they don't care.
But that's what I mean. As in, like, we have got, as it were, something to sort of hold them off. or at least.
I will say it's fair to say with the pebble being thrown all that, they clearly don't like light. So the fact that you all have lighting effects around you of Pac-Man Ghost is not great for them. But also, they've been rumbled, and the whole point is to sneak or to just attack.
You've been rumbled.
Well, yes.
What's
What we
that?
needed was the daylight spell.
Daylight.
I kind of want
Did
to
you take
cast
the daylight spell?
chain lightning on them.
That sounds like a good idea.
I feel
Run
like
and
we should
cast?
run. Let's get started.
Run and cast. Run and
Get
cast.
it down the ravine.
You're going to run
Yes,
down the road?
yes, if we carry on the way that we were intending to go and let
Yeah.
these things run after us, I think that's
Yeah.
not a bad call.
Yeah.
Why not?
They're faster than us.
They are.
Oh,
Devlin's
God.
already sprinting, bonus action dashing.
They're faster
That's
than
the
they're not
you,
Um,
baby.
is that literally true? Is that what Namelin is doing?
The actual in-character reason for that is to make sure that the road ahead is clear and that we're not running into more of them.
Oh, I see. But
But it
so-
does look like she's running away.
Yeah, I was going to say, and so Halbernet then gets a little bit freaked out and regresses. What's the plan?
Run. Run is the plan.
Let's go then.
Do what you can at range, but run.
Yes.
What can I
fire.
see?
We'll get to that.
Because
What's everyone else
I
doing?
am the foot. Yeah.
We'll get to that. What's everyone else doing?
How many of them would be, say, in a line?
Nice.
Well, there's 15 of them, and they're coming out of 3 caves. I would say you could probably get about 5 of them in a line.
I'll suck it.
I think well, okay. 2 options. I could cast lightning bolt at them and get 5 of them, or I could cast fly on up to 4 of us.
Bye, Nemlin!
No, that's fair. Melvin doesn't need it.
Yeah, fair.
I
think
can
it's
run
a
at
brilliant
like
idea.
75 feet, I think. Around.
And in which case, suddenly
No,
we'll all
that's
be
not
fast enough. Yeah. That's a really good idea.
One of you can carry me.
I'm going to ask potentially a stupid question.
And if you want a stupid answer.
Would fire count as light?
Yeah.
Totally.
That wasn't a stupid answer. I want a stupid answer. More like, go ahead.
Bees counts as light too.
Okay. Okay.
That was good. Thank you.
So
You're welcome.
I think, how many would I get in a 10-foot wide, 60-foot long line?
Do it.
Oh yeah, like another 5, maybe a couple more because it's width. Oh no, it's only 5 foot wide, isn't it?
10-foot wide.
Oh, it's 10 foot wide. Yeah, it's a bit. I'd say you could get between 5 and 10, and we'll roll for it.
Nice.
Okay. I would like to... in her wanting to not cast too many spells, the fan is getting a lot of use. I would like to turn the fan from wind to fire.
And you can your point. Yeah, we've discussed this. That's fine.
Let's
Oh
do
my
that.
lord.
Flick the switch on it.
And
Change the setting.
No, it's weird magic. It's definitely the sorcerer going.
yeah,
I leveled
And-
to 11.
and fan just as many of them as I can get.
That's awesome. Do that.
Yeah, okay. I'll allow that. That's fine. The fan does a little bit of damage, but it's mostly pushing effect, isn't it?
It's mostly pushing, but also I'm hoping that the light will put them off.
Great. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
This is so manga. I'm loving this.
So we've got a tongue of flame and a lightning bolt going towards them. Is that a lightning bolt you're doing it?
I'm still. I think so. Let's try running first. I can always cast fly later.
Okay. And Thomas.
Running at the moment, I'm kind of waiting for them to get out of the individual tunnels and be more in a cluster.
Yeah, well, that's going to be the thing that happens eventually. They're going to be running behind you as you run away. I will say, as you all note this, they are faster than you. This is just a thing that's true now. So even if you all run, they will catch up with you, and there will be running, fighting happening.
Unless we do the cave-in situation.
Exactly.
The cave-in
Lots
situation.
of possibilities.
Yeah, we were talking about finding a tunnel, going in the tunnel, and then caving in their side of the tunnel.
I mean, you could do that too.
Full
Yeah.
of force, rather than caving it in.
Yeah.
Was the suggestion?
But the idea was that we would at least have some time. That doesn't mean we wouldn't necessarily lose them, but
Sure.
Can I do a sort of guiding bolt then run? Oh no, I can't. Can I?
Why not?
That would be the action.
You can still move.
You can still
Oh, I
move.
see.
Like, if you dash, you run 60 feet. If you move 30 feet. But you don't need to worry too much about dashing. If you're all dashing, you have no actions, which means they will catch up to you and eat you.
I see. So let's all just move. I see. But I do want to cast a guiding bolt on one because again, like light.
You fire off a guiding bolt. So there's a firing bolt, there's the burning fan, and there's a lightning bolt all rocketing out as everyone moves off, while Naomi runs ahead to try and scout.
I will say that the only problem with the fan is that I think because it's more than one turn, I have to kind of keep going.
That's why you're running.
That's very possible.
I'm not sure if I can run and, like in game mechanic terms.
Of course you can. In game mechanics, that's absolutely fine to do that, because you're not trying to dash, you're basically moving at speed. So you're basically moving as fast as you can while fanning wildly behind you. Because it's concentration, you can keep it going, right? Yeah. So off we go.
It's like some kind of weird Naruto run with the fan.
Yeah, exactly. With the fan.
Yeah.
Definitely.
It's a direct jet stream of fire.
Yeah.
Coming up
Seriously cool.
Cool. Then in which case, you all go in initiative before them, so let's all have it. Technically, the order is Norman goes first, so I'm going to start there, but then we'll do it all in stages, because we'll keep an initiative for now to make life easier for ourselves. Norman, you dash ahead, and running down this ravine, you can see that the ravine ahead of you continues down. And it seems to go for quite a long way. As you dash forward, is it 75 feet? Yes. You dash forward quite quickly, and looking ahead of you, you think you see a point where the ravine stops, but it's just out of your vision. There are more of these tunnels in the side where the vampires came out of. You don't see any other tunnels on the other side. Looks like the other side is just a flat ravine surface. But there are other tunnels you could run into, and there's also what looks like the end of the ravine ahead of you, but it's quite hard to see. It's at the very edge of your dark vision.
Might as well go as far as we can before we have to cross back.
Okay, so you're going to run.
I'm gonna just say to the group, I feel like she's sliding like an action film, like down a ravine.
What you're probably doing is probably sort of, I don't know if you've done this, it's really good fun to do, but also incredibly dangerous. If you're running down, because the ravine's not a flat surface, it's rocks and crenellations and small pebbles and things. If you're running and jumping and occasionally sliding where it is better to, it's very, very badass, but roll me an acrobatics check. Actually, I will say this now. You know what? This is a good opportunity. I will say you can go another 10 feet further, so you can see what's at the end of the ravine, because you're doing this cool slidey thing with acrobatics, because you are basically falling with style.
Yes.
That's not flying. Falling style. Oh my lord.
Oh no! Would you roll?
It's a 1.
Is it a 1?
A natural 20 for a 29.
Oh!
That's very cool.
Boosh.
I mean, there are points where you're basically...
Babushka.
There are points where you're basically doing almost like forward rolls. You're so confident that you can do this. Also, you were born underground. This is all something that you can handle. And
Incredible scenes.
as you do, you get to see slightly further forward. The ravine doesn't... the ravine stops, but where the ravine stops, it doesn't stop in a gentle sort of it flattens out into something way. It's almost like there's a sheer, and then behind that is just pitch black. The ravine ends in what looks like a massive hole in the ground, massive drop that seems to, you can see into it a little bit, but it seems to just go on and on and on. It gets so steep that it becomes a complete vertical drop. And the hole's quite wide, it's about 30 foot across. Looking at you go, that's climbable.
I think...
Not for Thomas.
I think Nelman's going to say telepathically, Shavaris, do you have anything to stop our fall? Maybe anything that might be okay as a little trap for our friends, because I've just found a very, very big hole.
You mean Featherfall? I've never seen the use of it, really.
Well, I think you're about to.
That was so very chilled. never seen the use of it, really.
Corey, do you have Featherfall?
No, absolutely not.
So no one has Featherfall in this scenario. Good. Right. You are... fly is like a sort of very expensive Featherfall. Good. Norman, you see that is the end of your turn. How?
The guiding bolt.
Yes, you guiding bolt one of these vampires as they run towards you very, very quickly and then just scarper.
the 13.
Oops, sorry, I'm on the wrong page.
Sorry, not.
No, as
13?
as you fire towards one, it almost like sidesteps with too fast. Like it's unnerving how quick they are, and is not there as the bolt passes exactly where it was, and then vanishes off behind.
I don't like these things, and we'll keep on.
It start running down the corridor. That's fine, no problem at all. Oh, my hips. Good. Right. Shavareth.
I mean, they're probably super dexy, but I'm going to lightning bolt them anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Do it.
Ham, you're gonna, yeah, fine. Dex saves?
Yeah, dex.
25.
Yeah.
Wow.
23.
Jeez.
11.
11 fails.
13.
13 fails.
And a nat 20 for a 27.
So full damage is 29, half damage is 14.
That's a
Okay.
good start.
Lightning courses through 5 of them, and 2 of them appear to be hindered by this as static sort of shocks around them. They also shriek at the burst of light from this. It doesn't stop their movement forward at all, they just don't like it. And 2 of them seem to have it sort of wash over them but don't take anywhere near as much effect from it. Cool.
Okay.
So I'm just keeping track of hit points. Cool. Are you also running?
Yeah.
Cool.
Towards them.
You will keep pace with Hal. Are you trying to, just so we can get a sense of order, are you trying to run ahead of Hal so Hal is behind you, or are you trying to stay behind Hal?
I want Hal to be in between me and the vampire things, because Hal is chunkier than I am.
That is the role.
Totally fine, yeah.
That is the role of the character.
You can run ahead and be sort of keeping a pace and slightly ahead of Hal. That's no problem at all.
Cool.
Lovely. Thomas.
Going to be running to start with, probably keeping pace with Corey, because we're both a little bit slower than everyone else.
Yeah.
And making sure that Corey isn't at the back.
Yeah.
I guess what I'm technically doing is holding my action until the optimum amount of vampires are within, say, a 30-foot cone.
Right. A 30-foot cone, because cone mechanics in D&D are very specific. The optimum number to be in that cone is, you have to flank it out because it's cones. 1, 4.
4.
Yeah, because
Sorry,
5-foot increments, it's a lot.
Understood.
You could fit a lot of people in that cone. So once they're all following all of you and in quite close proximity, you could do quite a lot of them very quickly. That's no problem at all.
That's my goal.
Cool, no problem. Corey.
Are we just ignoring that Thomas is waiting to do the whites?
Waiting to do what?
That's what he said. That's like, just do them. Sorry, it's a dirty joke. Carry on.
Entirely fine.
These whites. I thought they were Nosferatu.
They are not whites. These are not whites.
Not white.
They're
they're vampires.
Nosferatu.
Not all vampires are cultured Stradlates. These are monstrous vampires. Nosferatu, exactly.
Fascinating.
Nosferatu.
That's
I
what
don't know why I
we're
keep saying it like that. Yeah.
Welcome to the. Anyway.
Sorry.
So I would like to try and get the 10 that Shavareth didn't hit with lightning into my line of strong wind/fire.
I think it is fair to say that if you are moving first and then doing it, and you're sort of shooting up the crevasse, to put it one way or another. If it's going
Shooting way up that crevasse.
if it's going up the crevasse, then you will catch quite a few of them. Can you roll me a d10?
Yes.
Thank you. That's not how many you capture, just to be clear.
That's a 5.
In which case you get 10.
Great.
5 is guaranteed. It was on top of that.
Okay, so I need strength saving throws.
Ooh.
My God. Right, they're quite strong.
Oh no, because my DC is really low. I don't want to meta it. I don't know that they're strong.
That's all right. They're all physical.
Yeah.
Just going to roll a couple and then extrapolate out.
Could you argue that because it's not wind anymore and it's not the same effect, it's fire, that it would be a different saving throw? No, okay.
No, because the effect is the same of being pushed back.
How is it?
Yeah.
And
Buffeted by fire.
I rolled 5 to get a good sense of like a sort of sweep across the board. Only one would have failed on it's a DC 13, isn't it?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter because they still take some damage from it, even or do they not take any damage, just get pushed?
I don't think they do. It's just anybody that fails gets pushed 15 feet away. Although any creature in the line must spend 2 feet of movement for every 1 foot
exactly.
of movement.
That still applies. That's really good.
Okay, great.
So as you're running, and the air just incinerates as it goes and becomes this tongue of flame that licks out from behind you. It's not a super impressive like ball of fire or like a really. It's like sort of in the air, but it's enough to make them shy away, and they're clearly trying to pursue and struggling.
I guess 2 of them get pushed back 15 feet, and the others just are slower.
I think 2 of them do. 2 of them will help scream and go flying back up the crevasse, and the others will keep pushing forward. Give me the damage on those.
There isn't damage.
Right. So, in which case, that is Corey's turn. You're all running. Nelman is slightly further ahead. It is the vampire's turn. They are going to attempt to run down towards all of you, and their intelligence is decent but not amazing. Yeah, quite a few of them are going to get caught in this sort of firestorm coming up behind, and just sort of realize they're slow and shriek aggressively, and then double their movement using a dash action. So they're still catching up to all of you, but they don't have any actions. However, some of them will be running around as there's enough of them to move around this effect, and they're going to be heading for the back of the row, which is Thomas and Corey. Thomas, you can currently catch quite a few in a 30-foot cone. I would say you're looking to catch about 10 in a 30-foot cone. But they are going to be on you and Corey and attacking very, very, this turn. There will be attacks heading your way this turn.
Did 2 of them get taken out of the equation? Sorry.
2 of them did, but looking at this group, if you look behind you, it's not like there are 15 and that's it. There appear to be more coming.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Good lord.
Good,
right.
good,
This is fun.
Great. 10 will do. Then I suppose if I cannot get all 15. So Thomas kind of as running kind of has a bit of a weird inkling about the sword and kind of swings and points it behind. So next to Corey's fan. Can they all please make DC 16 Dex saving throw, please?
They probably
Again,
will.
I'm going to roll quite a few and take some averages because I'm not going to roll 10. That's a bit much. And their Dex save is pretty good.
Yeah.
No one's rolling under a 16. The lowest I got is a 17 on 5 rolls.
Okay.
No.
That's tough.
Okay, well, they take half damage.
Yep.
So a big comes out of the sword. A big wave of force, fire damage, just kind of licks down the corridor behind us in that cone. What's half of 37? That's 36 halved, which is 18.
18 damage. Yeah.
They'll take 18 fire damage.
That's a lot of damage. That's great. 18 across. Wow. Yeah, 10 enemies.
And that was half. That's crazy.
That was accompanied with a slight something would happen, but
it's basically a fireball cone. It's very good. But it explodes out and licks up the corridor, and there's shrieks and howls from these creatures. Nowhere near enough damage done to them to take them out by all of you yet. Okay. Thomas, you're at the back, and you and Corey are slow.
Yep.
Yeah.